Welcome, this is All for One Review. I am Josh, and today we're talking about PlayStation VR. About 4 months ago, I acquired this version 1 PlayStation headset. For Christmas, I bought my son version 2. Now, if you don't know the difference between the two, I'll go over it right now. So there are two different versions for PlayStation VR. This is version 1. Version 1 has all the controls for volume, mute, and power options, all located in this little brick, and this control box connects to a junction box with these two connections, and they connect to your pass-through box, which then connects to your PS4. Now, version 1 has also the adjustment underneath on the bottom. Pushing this in brings it out and closer to your face, in and out closer to your face. Now, the pass-through box for the version 1 model has no HDR pass-through, so that's very important to remember if you're planning to purchase a PSVR and you haven't purchased one already. Now, this is now version 2 of PSVR, and this one has now built-in headphones. They're fully removable. I don't want to remove this because there's a clip there and I don't want to damage the clip. But they're removable if you don't want to use these and you don't want them on here. But you could also still use your regular headphones with these placed in these little cups that holds it in place. So I would just put it on and leave it in there. But it comes with built-in headphones. And the cable now no longer has that control box on it. And these two connectors don't go into a junction box. They go straight to the pass-through, which then connects to your PS4. Now, what's different, also besides the control box not being there, is the adjustment is now located on the top of the unit to bring it in and out closer to your face. Now, where we place it on the bottom is now the power, volume controls, and mute, all located on the unit itself now. Now, with version 2, version 2's pass-through box is HDR capable. So you can have HDR pass-through and you don't have to change your HDMI cables like you would have to on the version 1 to have HDR enabled. I suggest if you haven't bought a PSVR yet, you would get version 2. Version 2, in my opinion, is just overall better. You have the HDR pass-through and built-in headphones, which is always good. Everything minimalized in the best way. Now that that's done, I want to go over some of the accessories that PlayStation VR has here. We have the Aiden controller, and this one I purchased when I bought Farpoint. Farpoint VR, this is like a 1-to-1 scale in the game. It does everything that you need. 2 analogs, one in the back here, one in the front, control where your movement is and where you look, as well as the rest of your buttons for operating within PlayStation 4. Now, that's not the only way to play on VR. You also have Move controllers, which I have right here. Now, Move controllers, there's different games that you could play with the Move controllers, without the Move controllers. It's up to your discretion of what you want to do. Move controllers, some people don't like them. I prefer Move controllers in games like Skyrim. Skyrim has Move controllers and DualShock 4 controller capability. So my preferred way to play is with the Move controllers. Now, I enjoy games on the DualShock 4 like Doom. Doom VFR is the best game in my opinion for the DualShock 4. In a lot of games, DualShock 4 gives me motion sickness, so I wouldn't recommend playing a lot of games with it. Try everything and see what works best for you. Now, unlike a version 2 that comes with built-in headphones, I use my own headphones for version 1 on the headset. Now, these are my XB950BTs. We have 2 of them here, and even though this one comes with its own headphones, I prefer to use these because they cup your ears and block out some of the sound and give you a more overall better experience and immersion. Now, you don't have to have headphones to listen to the audio. It will play off of your TV as well if you don't have any headphones. I have a few games that are here physically. I have Doom VR, VR Worlds, Drive Club VR, the demo disc, Skyrim VR, and Farpoint VR. Farpoint VR is my favorite game right now for PlayStation VR. It has everything that I'm looking for. Able to move freely within the environment, smooth motion, play with your friends, co-op or against. Good story. In my opinion, the best PlayStation VR game there is right now. And then a follow-up to that would be Skyrim VR. Skyrim VR, I've had a couple hours into it so far, and it's really good. Just like Skyrim, you remember, the resolution is not great, but that is with PlayStation VR. As soon as you put it on the headset, the resolution difference goes away. You get completely immersed in the environment that you're in, and it disappears. Now I have my PlayStation 4 Pro right here, only because I wanted to bring up the difference between regular PlayStation and PlayStation 4 Pro. Now PlayStation 4 Pro is better for VR. It's not necessary, but it gives you better frame rate, better resolution. Now I haven't never been a proponent for the mid-gen console upgrades of the PlayStation 4 Pro or the Xbox One X, but this was a gift given to me from my significant other, and even though I wasn't really big on the PlayStation 4 Pro, it does add to the VR experience for me, and I found that it's very welcome and I enjoy it very much. And it's not a necessity though. You don't need PlayStation 4 Pro to have a good time in VR. You can use base PS4 and it'll be just fine. But since I've had it, I enjoy it very much. Motion sickness. Motion sickness happens to me every once in a while. It happened the first time I played PlayStation VR, and it got better as I kept playing. I was really worried at first because I thought that probably PSVR wasn't going to be for me because of the motion sickness that I experienced in the beginning. But as I played more and more titles and more sessions, it completely went away for the most part. I do have moments of motion sickness, but they're far and few between. PlayStation VR is not for everyone in that sense. Some people cannot handle motion sickness that intensely or for that amount of time. But it's an experience that I would recommend you have and you try and you judge for yourself. Now, do I recommend PlayStation VR? Yes, I do. In my house here, we all have a good time with it, playing sessions versus each other on Farpoint, and it's a very fun experience. Now, there's not a lot of big titles out right now for the system, so if that's an issue for you, you could wait until there's something more appealing for you. But as it is, I'm very happy with it. All in all, PlayStation VR is a must-have experience that I recommend to everyone. I did not even think I was really into PlayStation VR, or VR in general actually, until I actually held one and put it on and was immersed in the experience. And it's, like I said, an experience that everyone should have in video games, just to try it. If it's not for you, it's not for you. But if it is, it's an experience. It might change the way you play video games. And that wraps up my review. I am Josh. This is All for One Review. See you on the next one. Come out wherever you are. Come get some. Oh no. That's not scary. Not scary at all. Another bridge. Great. I'm afraid of heights. Oh, yeah, because in there will pass.